Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you've got Darren Little here from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And today I wanted to do a little bit of value-added training. I'm just in one of those value-added moods today, and I want to really help you to take your business to the next level. My background really is in the area of marketing and advertising. I come from the advertising type of background for about 30 years actually of my life, and one of the biggest challenges I see in the network marketing industry is that people are never actually taught how to become top recruiters. What exactly is so different with networking than conventional selling? Why is it that so many people can be phenomenal in so many different areas of their life, and then they get involved with a network marketing company and they cannot get traction if their life depended on it? So, I'm going to cover a lot of different concepts and ideas today. I would highly, highly recommend that you get a pen and paper handy and that you take some notes here, because there's going to be a lot of information here that will really help you to understand what you have to do slightly differently. A little tiny tweak. And I say to my students that, if a radio broadcast station is going and you are trying to get to 101.1 and you're only at 101, all you will get is static. There won't be any music. So it sometimes takes a little tiny adjustment, and then bam, the symphony starts to play. So, what I'm going to talk to you about today is how to recruit new reps into your MLM in 6 to 45 minutes. Now, quite honestly, when people read that, especially if they're having challenges with recruiting, they find that hard to believe, but it really is true. That's typically how long it takes me to recruit a new rep into whatever program it is that I'm doing. It's not about the program, just so you know. It's about your value. What are you providing to your team as a leader? What are they going to get as a bonus if they join you on whatever path that you're on? So that's me in the corner with the fedora hat on, and that's me on my top deck, my rooftop deck in Burnaby, British Columbia. And here we go. So fasten your seatbelts. So the big question is this: why do so many people fail with the MLM business model? I mean, I've talked to CEOs, I've talked to CFOs, I've talked to chartered accountants, doctors, lawyers, people that you would think would have a very high caliber of intelligence, but yet they can't seem to understand the MLM business model or how to get a business into momentum. So why is it that most people fail in this industry? Well, here is the #1 reason. Salespeople are looking for instant gratification. Now, what do I mean by that? They want to pitch and close, pitch and close, pitch and close. That's how their mind works, because they think of a product, and a box of product comes, and their mind thinks, who am I going to sell this product to? Who is going to buy my product? The network marketing industry is a relationship model. It's very, very different than conventional selling. It happens over time. It's almost like very casually spoon feeding something. Very, very, there's no high pressure. It's very casual. And this is where people go wrong. They're into the, you gotta get in, you gotta, lock your spot, lock your spot. guys, that's not networking. And quite honestly, you sound absolutely foolish when you send out these 6-inch exposés about your company and the patents and the background and the track record and the trillions and the zillions of dollars that everybody's going to make. Guess what? Nobody cares. So know that you look completely foolish when you do that and you send those out to people, and anybody who's a professional networker just either blocks you or laughs that you still don't know what networking is and how it's all about relationships. So these are the really understanding why people fail with this model. First of all, they think it's about selling, and it's not. They focus on pitching and closing, pitching and closing. They focus on features and benefits. They try and tell you all of the great things in the product and what it's going to do and the antioxidants and all this different things if it's a healthcare company, or if how much it's going to save you the money, and it's going to save you all this money. Guess what, guys? People don't care. There's a saying that says people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And once you get the definite distinction with this will completely transform your business. It will transform your reality. Everything that's going on in your world will completely change once you get this. Now, most people that get into networking, they never actually take the time to connect or build rapport or any type of a relationship. I mean, I have people that send me stuff on through Facebook to my inbox, and I mean, quite honestly, it's comical. Darren, like my page. It's like, who are you? I don't even know you, and you want me to like your page? Really? Don't think so. Block. So you really have to understand what this industry is about. This is a relationship business model. It's not a conventional pitch and close model. Now, most people that come from a pitch and close type of deal, they never ask you qualifying questions to find out if there's a need, if you have a need for the product or what the service or whatever it is, or do they ask you qualifying questions to identify any type of problem? Now, here's what I'll tell you about networking, is that if you're a top recruiter, you are an amazing problem solver. You're amazing at helping people to solve their problems. You're like a go-to person. Somebody has something that goes wrong in their kitchen and the whole ceiling collapses, and they basically, they've got a hole in their ceiling. A good networker will try to help that person solve their problem by lining them up with somebody who's an expert that can help them solve their problem. That makes sense, right? I go over to my buddies and he says, "Oh, Darren, you're never going to believe what happened. Like, come and check out our kitchen. I mean, we had this rainstorm. We got like a foot of rain, and I mean, the whole kitchen ceiling is just collapsed." And I might say, "Oh man, sorry to hear about that. Like, tell me more about that." Well, we've had this little leak, and we didn't expect to, have the storm come in, and I mean, we've been a little bit shy on cash, and we thought we could make it to next month, but the storm hit, and we got a problem. And I might say, well, you know what? A good friend of mine is in home renovations, and he's local in this area. He's an expert. And why don't I try and hook you guys up, and I'm sure that he can help you. Guys, that is networking. We do it all the time. But for whatever reason, when people get into this particular type of business model, they come from selling, so they think it's about pitching their deal and trying to hard close people. So here's the other thing. Most people that get into this model, they talk way too much. They literally sell their way out of getting a new business partners. This model is about just piquing somebody's curiosity and then getting out of the way. People are their worst enemies when it comes to this type of industry and building a massive sales organization, because they don't understand the sales model. It's a different type of sales. Do products get sold? Yes, they do. But people actually ask you to buy the product, or they ask you for your link if they can get involved with your business. Once you understand this concept, once you understand the distinction, the difference between conventional selling and networking. The other thing is that most people have not tapped into their personal power. They almost manifest through their negative self-talk people to say no in their business. And it's very, very interesting. They're almost anticipating, they're on the edge of their seat, their person's going to say no, I know they're going to say no, they're going to, oh, there they go. See, I knew it, I knew it, I knew they were going to say no. So, you know, one of the things that we teach in the Academy of Quantum Physics Mind Mastery is we really help people to understand how they're creating their own reality. And we go through a training program to help you understand what you need to slightly tune in your thoughts, your words, and your emotions to start to get the reality that you want. Now, here's the big thing with salespeople, guys, is they're not duplicatable. Now, especially if they're a good salesperson. Those salespeople literally have zero duplication in their business. Why? Because nobody can talk as good as they can. Nobody can even remember all the stuff that they know. I mean, they're literally like an encyclopedia. So the moment that you open your mouth in a network marketing company, you are teaching and training your prospect on what they would have to do. Now, the more that you say, the less you're going to be able to recruit new reps in your business. Now, listen closely. The more you say, the less you're going to be able to recruit new reps into your business. Very important. So here's the number one thing I will tell you. Stop selling. This business is not a sales type of model. It's a relationship model. So in order to do that, you've got to be able to ask great questions and start listening. You know, you want to be able to identify what the person's problem is, and you certainly can't find out what their problem is talking about the zillions and the trillions, and you have no idea how much money you're going to make, and fasten your seatbelt, and your life is going to be completely transformed when you take this product. It's going to be amazing. Oh my God, you're going to feel so good. You're going to feel so good. Just buy the product. Just buy the product. Guys, people don't want to hear it, and you sound completely ridiculous. Really? I mean, come on. You know, if you want to take it from a top recruiter, just in the last 90 days, I've recruited like 133 people, okay? Just with simple conversations. Just simple conversations, no sales pitch. You know, we all basically want the same things out of life, guys. We all want a nice house. We all want a nice car. We all want to wear nice clothes. We all want good health and wellness. We all want good relationships. We all want to have good communication with our friends and family. We all want to have some sort of spiritual connection. We all want to travel, you know, go on great vacations. We all want to basically give back, make a difference, and leave behind a legacy. Now, if you really get into it and you really find out more about people and their psychology, you will find out that people really want the same things out of life. Some people might be focused on one area more than the other area, but if you really get down and you get deeper and deeper and deeper, you will find out that the majority of people truly want to create some type of an impact on the world. They really want to give back and make a difference and help other people. Now, this is something that most people are never even taught in the network marketing industry. First of all, what is so different about relationship selling versus conventional sales? Well, relationship selling is very, very casual. There's no high pressure. It's not a big hype thing. You are basically just connecting with people, connecting with people. Now, these stats come directly from the Direct Sellers Association. So I want you to understand that this isn't something that I've just made up, okay? Unfortunately, the challenge is that most people are never taught and trained properly on how to become networkers and how to become top recruiters. They never get properly trained. So my goal here is to really, for you to leave this with almost like somebody's lifted a veil where the light bulb has gone on and you've gone, oh my God, this is just phenomenal. Nobody ever taught me this before. So did you realize that on the first connection or exposure, only 2% of people will ever enroll into your network marketing company on the first exposure? Only 2%. Now, if you know that going in, like, you know, drop it down a couple of notches, like get a little bit more grounded, you know, be a little bit more, you know, congruent with your own reality if you want to attract leaders into joining your business. You know, drop it down a little bit, you know. Only 3% of people are ever going to enroll on their second connection or exposure. Now look at the little tiny increase there from 2% to 3%. On the third connection, it only goes to 5%. So I always tell people, like, drop the big hype, you know, focus on the relationship, focus on the connection, getting the finding things in common, just touching base with people. Get very good at just touching base. Hey, Tom, listen, just wanted to give you a call and touch base. You know, what's happening in your reality right now? Just get a chance to connect with people. Look what happens on the fourth connection. Only 10%. So it doubles there. It goes from 5% to 10% on the fourth connection. But look what happens on the fifth to the 12th connection or exposure. 80%? Are you for real? 80% of people will enroll on their 5th or 12th connection or exposure in your business. Guys, this is powerful. Do you realize what difference this will make, just this one single slide, in how you run your business and how you connect with people and how you get relationships going? Focus on the relationship, not on selling your products. The more you focus on the relationship, the more people will ask you what you're doing, and they'll ask you about your company and your products, and they'll watch you. They'll start watching. They'll sit on the circumference for a little while, and like they're sitting on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, you'll find out that you've got people signing up in your business. Guess what? On autopilot. Interesting. Like last night when I went to bed, I woke up this morning and I found 2 brand new people that enrolled into my business. Why is that? Now think about that. How did they track me down, find my link, and enroll into my business? So something to consider. So this is a rapport building business model. Rapport. Now, what is rapport? Rapport is finding things in common. Now, this is one of the things that I will tell you about business. You know, I raise millions of dollars for my own companies when I launch them, and people like doing business with people that they know, people that they like, and people that they trust. And they also like to do business with people that they're either like or that they aspire to be like. So here's a perfect example. Like when I'm rolling out a new company, obviously the first people that I want to go to are my own personal contacts. So I might phone Tom and say, hey Tom, it's Darren Little calling, you know, I just wanted to give you a call, touch base, see what's happening in your reality. What's going on in your world? Now, I'm going to typically get into a conversation. Now, hear what I said here. A conversation. I didn't say a sales pitch. Now, there's four key areas that I can connect with Tom on. One is his family. One is his work, what he's doing, his occupation. He could either be working a job, or he might be involved as an entrepreneur, or maybe he's got a franchise, or maybe he's in networking or direct sales, whatever. What he's been doing for fun lately. What did he get up to on the weekend? Or has he been away on any vacations lately? What has been going on there? And what is he motivated about these days? What is he passionate about? Now, if you get into the habit, guys, of carrying on your life this way, your life will become so much more fulfilling, because you will get an opportunity to get to know people a little bit better, really get that connection to get to know people. Now, people like to do business with people that they know, like, and trust. So I might say to Tom, after I've got that connection, Tom, I'm wondering if you can help me. Right now, I'm rolling out another company. We're about to revolutionize an industry. And I wanted to just reach out to find out, do you know anybody right now that, if something was to land on their lap, where they went like, holy cow, are you for real? That they would be in a position to make an investment. Do you know anybody that's liquid that is in a position to make an investment right now? Now, in the event that Tom is interested himself, let's say that he sold real estate or something and he has some cash, he might say to me, well, Darren, well, actually, I just sold a piece of real estate, and I wouldn't mind finding out what it's about, what exactly is going on. Now, it's not my job to sell or convince him. All I want to do is pique his curiosity and get out of the way. So the same formula that I use to raise money is the same formula that I use to recruit. Now, one of my top students right now, Eric Green, I actually taught him how to become a top recruiter by teaching him how to raise money. Now, isn't that interesting that the two models are identically the same? So it's all based upon rapport. So how do you build rapport fast? Now, remember that rapport is finding the things in common: family, occupation, recreation, motivation. Now, what I've done here is I've created an anchor. Now, what exactly is an anchor? An anchor is something that you can get a visual of for the future, so that you can remember this very easily and effortlessly, so that it will always be in your mind. So F-O-R-M, that's form. And you want to form your prospects. And when you think about forming, you could think about maybe taking a little piece of putty and kind of molding it and sculpting it to the way that you want it in your reality. So obviously you want those people to join your business. So how are you going to do that? How are you going to mold and sculpt that person into what you want to have in your reality? You're going to form them. You're going to talk about the family, occupation, recreation, and motivation. Now, most people have played baseball. If they haven't played baseball, they've played softball. If they haven't played either, they've seen a baseball diamond at their elementary school or at their senior secondary school. So at the corner of most soccer fields, there's a baseball diamond. And this is a great anchor for you to be able to remember this in your mind as a visual, because once you stare at this for a little while, it will become very, very clear as to what you have to do to become a top recruiter. So let's take a quick look. Now, remember that to get a hit, or even to get over there to take a swing, you've got to be able to build rapport. So you can see down here in this area here, you've got the area of building rapport, F-O-R-M. So let's say that we've done that. We've got the connection. We've got the warm and fuzzy. We feel really great. We feel like we know each other. Now, what I'm going to do here to get on to first base is I need to ask you a few qualifying questions to find a need. Now, what do I mean by finding a need? I need to be able to find or identify some problem that you have that I can help you solve. No different than the ceiling collapsing in your kitchen and I refer you over to my friend who's a, home renovation specialist to be able to help you to solve your problem. And I don't know what your problem is until I have a conversation. Now, hear what I said again. I said conversation. I didn't say sales pitch. Now, in order to get over to second base, which is right over here, read what this says. Something or someone other than you. Okay, let me read that again. Something or someone other than you. That means not you. Presents the opportunity, and that could be a website, it could be a webcast, it could be a brochure, it could be a video, a DVD, a CD, a hotel presentation, now with the internet, Google Hangouts, or a teleconference. This is imperative that you get this, guys. Something or someone other than you. Now I'm going to repeat this again. That means not you. Now, this is important for you to get because salespeople want to tell it all and show it all and be it all and do it all and answer all the questions and objections. That's not networking. That's hard closed sales, and people, not only do they not like it, but if you're a hard closed salesperson, people go through buyer's remorse if they're not the one that asks you for your link. If they're not the one that wants to join your business, then they go through buyer's remorse, and you end up with people canceling their orders, doing chargebacks. It's an absolute mess. So don't even go that path. It's not necessary, guys. Now, with the online, tools and things and videos that people have available now these days, a lot of times companies put their third-party validation right into the sales videos, which is phenomenal because it takes away the need for having to do this particular step. But if you use technology properly, you can literally hook your computer up to your television, have a few people over at your home or your office or whatever, or it could be even a networking function or whatever, just something casual, or you could even send them your link and they could watch the video that the company provides, and then you can do either a Google Hangout or a Skype call to an entire room of people. I mean, literally, you could have half a dozen people, you could have 200 or 300 people up on a big screen, and your Skype is now projected onto the big screen with some top person, either the owner of the company or one of the top income earners. They can talk about the vision, they can log into their back office, they can show the success that they're having with the team, they can talk about some of the training that's offered. This is an amazing thing, guys, once you get this. Now, you can see here that this first part is the most important, right here. Building the rapport and asking the qualifying questions to find a need. That is the networking portion. The rest of it is the tools and the team. So if you get this, you don't have to have a master's degree to be able to master this. You can become a millionaire or a multimillionaire if you can master this yourself, and if you can teach and train a team to master this as well. Now, after Tom has seen whatever it is that I want him to see, I'm going to ask him a really simple question. So, Tom, based upon what you've seen and heard, can you see an opportunity here? It's a yes or a no. Now, this is important, guys. There is no emotion attached to networking. None. You've got to let the tools do the selling for you, not you, okay? Something or someone other than you is going to do the selling for you. So what you want to do as a top networker is you want to focus on the relationship, the connection, getting that warm and fuzzy. If you realize that the more things that you find in common with a person, the more they don't even realize the reason why they like you, they just like you. That's because of human nature. We typically like people that are like us. That's how human beings work. Now, if you get good at this, you can literally go from nothing to a million or multi-millions in a very, very short period of time once you understand that business is relationships. The better you get at how to win friends and influence people, the better that you get at relationships, the more money that you will make. So, once again, it's not your job to sell or convince anyone about anything. Just be the tour guide or the traffic controller and steer the people to the company video. Then just follow up and see what they like best about what they saw. That's it. There's no emotion attached to that. So here it is in 5 simple steps. You want to connect with your prospect. You want to build a little bit of rapport. That's finding a few things in common. You want to ask a few qualifying questions. And then the hardest part, guys, is next. Get out of the way. Just have them watch your video. This is the challenge with salespeople. They just can't shut up. They can't get out of their own way. They want to basically recite the whole company video and talk about the marketing plan and how it works and why it works, and let me explain it, and grab some paper and let me explain it all. Guess what just happened? You have literally just sold your way out of having a new business partner. Bummer. Just because you couldn't follow these really simple steps. So what I say to my students is this: just be married to the process, but be completely divorced from the outcome. The moment that you completely disconnect from the emotions of what the response is, that's when you become a top recruiter. Because you don't care. It doesn't matter to you. You're just going through and sorting and sifting and having great relationships and great conversations. That's it. That's the networking. That's what it means to be a top networker. That's why I've been able to recruit so many people in 90 days, and why those people are now able to go from brand new newbies to full-time in the industry in 30 days. Now think about that. Think about how many years people struggle with this type of model because they're never properly taught. They're never properly trained on how to become a professional networker. Now, there's zero emotions attached to the recruiting process, guys. This is imperative that you get this. You have to put yourself into the mindset that you're already making $250,000 a year, that you're an international recruiter and talent scout, and you're looking for 6 to 8 key leaders to take that company global. That's it. That's your board of directors. That's how I build all my companies. That's how I build all my businesses, is with a board of directors. Your network marketing company is no different. That's what you need to find, is your board of directors. Now, keep in mind, not everybody's going to be interested, nor will they necessarily be qualified to be an entrepreneur or to even work with you as a business partner. So what? Get over it. Don't take it like personally if somebody says that they're not interested. Big deal. So if I say, so Tom, based upon what you've seen and heard, can you see an opportunity here? He goes, you know what, Darren, not really. It just doesn't, it's just not a fit for me. I go, cool, cool. What do you got planned for the weekend? That fast. I don't try and, deal with objections and this, that, and the other thing. If he can't see my business, or he can't see an opportunity or value in partnering with me as a millionaire mentor, I'm done. I don't even need to continue the conversation as far as talking about my business, because there's a lineup of people that want more income. When I can start showing people how to make $1,000 a day, believe me when I tell you there's a lineup of people that want to learn how. So don't worry about it. Don't be so emotionally attached to, oh my God, he said no. Oh my God, he said no. I thought he was going to join. You know, don't go through that emotional roller coaster. Now remember that you only need 6 to 8 diamonds to be financially free. That's it. 6 to 8 diamonds to be financially free. Now, what is a diamond? A diamond is basically a leader or a person that is committed to networking, like what we're talking about here, and to market, you know, do some sort of campaign, do a Facebook pay-per-click campaign, or do a classified ad campaign, or do an offline signage campaign, or, you know, do some direct mail, you know, do some press releases, do some print ads. That is what I call a diamond, a person that is committed to the process. They're divorced from the outcome, and they realize that business is about exposures. That's it. It's about connections, relationships, and exposures. That's how simple it is, guys. And if you are emotionally disconnected from the outcome and you just commit to the process and you just know that it's, you know, doing a campaign and connecting with more people, getting in front of more people, you can be financially free with this type of business model. Now, this is important. There is a saying that says that it's called 6 degrees of separation, and it's a theory that everyone and everything is 6 steps or fewer away from anybody else. Now, here's an example. Dave knows Bob, Bob knows Eric, Eric knows Susan, Susan knows Barb, and Barb knows Tom Cruise. Now, that's real, guys. That is real. So what you've got to understand is that a lot of people, they recruit somebody and they recruit, you know, Dave. And now they're looking for Mary and Jane and Timothy and all these other people, instead of realizing that the gold is in the very first person that they brought in. The gold is in that person's contacts. So I want to get in front of those contacts now, fast, 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 fast. The industry is a fast model. I mean, if you get the concept of this, you can go from 0 to 2, 3, 4. I've seen people go to 5 or even 600 people their very first 30 days. How the heck is that possible? It's possible with massive action. Contacting your contacts, having a quick, simple conversation, having a little connection, piquing their curiosity, and getting out of the way. You're not there to, you know, explain everything and how it works and why it works and blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares. Stop it. This is not a sales model. It's a connecting relationship model. So, you know, instead of focusing down, 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 down into that person's network, which is why it's called network marketing, people typically work on finding another sale, and then another sale, and then another sale, because they don't understand this concept right here of 6 degrees of separation. Now, how are you going to be able to do this, guys? You've got to get yourself into the no fear zone. And it doesn't matter if you're doing online strategies or offline strategies. If you are scared of your own shadow and somebody contacts you on Facebook and says that they're interested in you know, joining your business or whatever, they want to find out more what it is that you're doing, if you can't have simple conversations, if you are not stepped into your power and stepped into your leader, why the heck are they ever going to want to join you in the first place? Think about that. You know, people want to join people that are tapped into their power. They want to follow somebody into battle that's going to lead them to victory. So you've got to understand this. We cover this in detail in the Academy of Quantum Physics Mind Mastery, and we help you to break through your fear. How do you get to the other side? Well, fear is very, very interesting, because guess what, guys? It's an illusion. Fear is false evidence appearing real. And fear comes up by replaying future events that have never even happened. Your brain replays an event over and over and over and over and thinks of a possible bad outcome that shocks your system, and your body doesn't want to go there because it thinks that that's going to happen. So fear, first of all, is a complete illusion, but you've got to realize that whatever you resist will persist and it will get worse. You can actually create this massive wall that holds you back from ever getting to your dreams, ever getting to your desires, and everything that you want in your life, in your happiness, is on the other side of that wall. It's on the other side of that comfort zone. It's on the other side of that reality. Just know that if you conquer your fear head on and you don't settle for a life of mediocrity, know that you're worthy of your greatness. Know that you can create whatever reality that you want. That's what we teach you how to do in the Academy of Quantum Physics Mind Mastery, guys. We have people that in their first month in business have made as much as $7,500. You know, second month, $11,000. How can you take somebody from an absolute newbie and 30 days later, they're looked at like a millionaire mentor? Think about that. That's what you learn in the Academy of Quantum Physics Mind Mastery. It's absolutely a breakthrough training. Now, this is really important for you to understand emotions. And this is a graph of something called bipolar mood disorder. But it can also happen when you become an entrepreneur and you start your own business, from people that are potentially interested, or you think that they're going to say yes, they're going to say yes, they're going to say, oh no, they said no. And this graph can show you what can happen to a person's emotions. They go from euphoria to depression, back to euphoria, back to depression, and even major depression, then back to euphoria, then back to massive depression. So it's important for you to just get a balance of your emotions. As a business owner, you need to control these highs and lows and keep an even balance, because this one thing alone can literally take you out of the game, guys. It can literally take you out of the game. So it's important to understand that, you know, this is something that's discussed very much in the Oriental culture. You know, it's also discussed in physics. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. So if you have a massive spike up, the universe has to balance itself out. So you're going to have a spike in the opposite direction to counterbalance that. That's why you want to make it a goal just to keep a steady eddy positive energy. You want to avoid super high peaks. If you feel yourself going on a run to a super high peak, you want to maybe go for a run, or you want to do a meditation to drop yourself back down. Because if you don't, wham, crash. And that crash can take you out for a couple of days, a couple of weeks, even a couple of months. I've seen people that have hit a crash and they've had to, you know, they're basically in massive depression. They've actually had to go on antidepressants to try to get their body back into equilibrium. You don't want to have that happen to you guys. Trust me when I tell you this. I'm a serial entrepreneur. So I'm giving you all of this information from my own personal experience. You know, this is a long time in the marketing and advertising industry, and a long time in just networking and raising millions and millions of dollars over the course of my career, and being a professional trainer in this industry. So this is real. This is what top recruiters do, and this is I'm giving this to you to help you fast track your career. Now, how do you build a relationship without even talking to someone? I mean, can you imagine? Can you imagine how amazing it would be if you could build a relationship without ever even having a conversation with somebody? I mean, is that even possible? Yes, it is. How? It's possible with Facebook. Facebook is literally like looking into a crystal ball of somebody's life. Now, what would it be like if you could walk into a lounge and all of a sudden, you know, you had this little computer thing that came up in your brain that nobody else could see, only you, and you looked at a person and it went and it output all this data, and you could see pictures of their family and their kids, and you know, you could see them holding up some football jersey and they were at some football game, and you could tell that they had a big team that they were on and they were making a lot of money because you saw them holding a big check, and you got all of that data before you even had a conversation. Holy cow, are you for real? Could you imagine finding out about a person, what books they like, where they went to school, what city they come from, what movies that they like, what are their favorite TV shows? All of this data you can get on Facebook, and you can get an opportunity to monitor and see who is liking your posts. It's like looking into a crystal ball of your prospects. It's just an amazing thing. So here's how you can build rapport with prospects without ever even talking to them. Now, there's a saying in this industry that network marketing is truly personal development disguised as a business. And I would tell you that that is true. This is actually a leadership model, helping people to step into their personal power, help them to enter into the no fear zone, connect them to their dream, connect them to the team. That's the model. Now, this is how you can lasso those people into your reality. One of the things is positive quotes. People that are on the path of networking and direct sales, they're pulled like a magnet to positivity, to positive quotes, to motivation, to inspiration, to how-tos about the marketing, you know, how to market, personal adventure. Now that's your own personal adventure, adventure with your family, adventure with your team, entertainment, comedy, things that are going to get people to laugh, trivia, controversy, things that are going to poke people's buttons a little bit, poke them a little bit, and get a little bit of a emotional reaction from them where they want to chime in a little bit and give their 2 cents. Social proof on your success that you're having. Social proof on your team's success. Now, here's the interesting thing that I will tell you guys. It's an abundant universe. I tell people to give away your best value for free. Give it away. Just give it away. And to showcase all of the success on your team. Now, I know some leaders that are scared to do that. Now, why is that? Because they live in a fear-based lack type of reality. And they think that if they post that person's picture on their wall, that their contacts are going to now join that person instead of joining them. And you don't want to live in that type of lack type of reality. You want to lift people up. You want to edify your team. You want to showcase all of your leaders and tell the world how great that they're doing and how proud that you are of them for having these breakthroughs. Now, that is one of the most important things I believe in the area of leadership, is for you to do that. So really focus on that. Focus on how you can lift people up, make them to feel better about themselves, help to increase their confidence and their self-esteem, to make them a better person. That's what you want to do. Now, the other thing that I focus on is something called piggyback marketing. What is that? If there's something that's hot in the news, or there's maybe a concert or a sports game or some sort of controversial thing that happened in politics or whatever, or celebrities, I will piggyback off of that news item and I will bring it into my post somehow. So I might do a little bit of a spoof about it, you know. It could be a little picture of maybe Kim Kardashian if she's getting a lot of press right now, or Paris Hilton, or whatever. That's called piggyback marketing. And then value-based webinars. Webinars like this. Webinars where you're going to leave feeling like Holy cow, I can't believe that I just got all of that information for nothing. That is called a value-based webinar. There's no opt-in, there's no anything. This is what will take your brand completely viral. Now, what do I mean by that, guys? People will start to talk about you. People will start to have other people watch your stuff. People will start to contact you out of the blue. Leaders from all four corners of the world will contact you saying, I want to join your business. It doesn't matter what you're doing, send me your link. I'm going all in with whatever you're doing. So that's from providing value. So you want to provide value, value, and more value. Give your best value away up front, guys. Give it away for free. Put it out into the marketplace. Get it going viral. Help as many people as you can with your message of positivity, with your message of breakthrough, with teaching them how to tap into their personal power, tap into their dream, tap into their vision, and be all that they can be. Now, one of the things that I do is I wrote a training manual that really teaches people how to become professional marketers. I'm talking about target marketing. Now, one of the things that I can tell you is that, and I talk about this in my book. Can you imagine if you're this award-winning chef and you've got this amazing filet mignon, and it is covered with this béarnaise sauce, and it sells for $200 at the 6-star hotels, and it's a blue ribbon award. I mean, it's been passed down for generations, and you are the chef, and you've got this amazing, filet mignon dinner. And you bake it, you do the filet mignon whole thing and the béarnaise sauce and the veggies and everything, and it's all on this amazing platter, and you've got it covered with a silver, tray, and you walk it in to a vegetarian restaurant. Now, who in that vegetarian restaurant is going to want your $200 blue ribbon award-winning filet mignon? Nobody. Bummer. So you've got to understand target marketing, how it works, why it works, and how can you get zero resistance with whatever it is that you're marketing in the home-based business industry. It's important for you to understand target marketing. MLM Affiliate Magic will help you to do that. So if you go to MLMsuperhero.com, I'm happy to give you a free copy of that book. It's $197 value, and you get that for free just by going over there and getting a copy. Now, this is one of the things that we talk about in the Academy of Quantum Physics Mind Mastery, and that's mastering 3 things: your thoughts, your words, and your emotions. Guys, if you do that, you will master your bank account. You can literally speak your reality into existence. And this last particular project that I rolled out, in the period of 90 days, I had a vision, I had a goal, I set an intention, and I spoke about the reality in every coaching call. I spoke about the reality in every conversation that I had, and I literally proclaimed it into the reality. Now, the secret is thought-directed emotion that generates feeling. That's the secret, guys. It works for everything you want. It works for everything that you don't want. And either which way, whichever one you're focusing on is the one that you're going to get. So there are 2 worlds that exist simultaneously: everything you want on one side and everything that you don't want on the other side. Whichever one you focus on is the one you're going to get. This is something that we go in great detail in the Academy of Quantum Physics Mind Mastery. It will literally take your life to the next level. We take you through 5 simple steps. This is how people can go from flat start newbie, and in 30 days later, they're a full-time network marketer making a full-time income. How the heck is that possible? That, my friends, is possible with the Academy of Quantum Physics Mind Mastery. So you want to focus on everything that you desire in your reality, your preferred state. Speak your reality into existence. Be aware of how you feel in your physiology. Your physiology, guys, is the compass to your success. It is what is communicating with the quantum field. So here's what I will tell you from my own experience, and I'm talking from my own experience, guys. I was a self-made millionaire at the age of 35, and I decided when I was 30 years old that I was going to be a millionaire at 35. I made that decision. You have to be a millionaire in your mind long before it shows up in your bank account. Long before it shows up in your bank account. And I recommend to people to use the power of visualization. Get clear on what exactly it is that you want. Get clear on your perfect business partners, who you want to attract into your reality. What's your intention? What are you wanting to achieve in your business? What is your preferred state? Define your perfect day. Now, when I talk about the power of visualization, guys, this is a perfect example. That right there is Forbes magazine. And that is a magazine that I plan on being on the front cover of one day. So what do? I visualize it. I visualize it. I literally see it as being part of my reality. That's what I will create. So I made this particular magazine cover so that I can feel what it would feel like to be on that front cover of that magazine. More strategies that we talk about in the Academy of Quantum Physics Mind Mastery. Now, what's possible, guys? What is possible? This is Sunday. This is maybe a couple weeks ago. What are we at here? Yeah, about 10 days ago. And imagine what it would be like waking up on a Sunday and it's 12:07 and you go into your back office and voila, you've already made $716. What would that do for your life? Think about that. What would it be like to learn how to master these strategies and to work for a couple of days on Facebook and generate almost $8,000? Now, quite honestly, I wish somebody had explained to me a lot sooner how you could turn Facebook into an ATM. I mean, really, if I had known this information years ago, I would be on a completely different level right now. But it's something that nobody ever taught me. I had to learn through the school of hard knocks. Most of the stuff that I teach and train is from my own personal experience on how to master these various different strategies. But what would that do for you? Think about that. If you could work for a couple days on Facebook and generate almost $8,000, what would that do for your life? Now, a couple of things that I would recommend that you do, guys. These are two books that I do recommend that you read. One is called Ask and It Is Given. This will take your life to a completely different level once you learn the art of manifestation. How do you create your own reality? How are your emotions actually forming the reality that you're living? How are you communicating with your physiology in your body to that reality to make it come to be? Ask and It Is Given, completely life-changing book by Esther and Jerry Hicks, and also Secrets of the Millionaire Mind with T. Harv Eker will not only teach you about making money, but also how to keep the money. And that's really, really key. You hear so many stories about people winning the lottery and 2 years later they're bankrupt. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind will be the gateway to help you not only make the money, but to keep the money. So guys, my name is Darren Little with the MLM Superheroes with Platinum 200 team, and I would encourage you, if you have not already accessed this information, guys, I'm telling you, mark my words, the Academy of Quantum Physics Mind Mastery will completely transform every area of your life. We've even helped people go from divorced to repairing their family. Now, can you imagine what it's like when two couples are divorced from one another? I mean, don't you hate each other when you get divorced? It just doesn't work and you split up. This couple was actually able to repair their marriage, bring that family unit back together. People that have gone from nothing to multiple six-figure-a-year incomes in 18 months. From completely homeless to a $20,000 monthly income in a 6-month period of time. From 2 months behind in rent and an eviction notice to $500,000 cash in the bank in 8 months. Guys, these are all true stories. These are all completely life-changing stories that are happening with the Academy of Quantum Physics Mind Mastery. So I would encourage you, get back to the person that invited you to this particular hangout and ask them, what do you need to do to get started? What do you need to do to throw your hat over the wall and take your life to the next level? My name is Darren Little with the MLM Superheroes. Thanks a lot for joining us on this exclusive and private VIP training, and I look forward to meeting you in person one day, and I look forward to seeing you at the top. Bye for now.